Get ready for your daily dose of marketing strategies and tactics from entrepreneurs with the guile and experience to help you find success in any marketing capacity. You're listening to Marketing School with your instructors, Neil Patel and Eric Siu.
Welcome to another episode of Marketing School. I'm Eric Siu.
And I'm Neil Patel.
And today we are going to talk about how SEO is dying and what you should focus on next. Neil, do you want to kick things off?
Yeah, SEO and Google is out there. Google, I don't see them dying in the next few years, but they're changing. So SEO, the way you're seeing it, in which, there's a listing page, there's 10 results, is dying. Yes, everyone's talking about how Google's, doing their mobile indexing and they have a mobile version of Google that's coming out. But you know what? That's not going to cause SEO to die. What's going to cause SEO to die is voice. Everything is starting to move to voice. You just look at Alexa. You can now tell Alexa, that device from Amazon, Alexa, please order me a pizza. Alexa, what's the weather out today? Everything's going to start moving to voice. Google's focusing heavily on voice. They know this. And you know what? As people start talking to Google, do you think they're going to get a listing of 10 results and Google's going to respond back? Listing number 1 is singlegrain.com, and this is what they do. Listing number 2 is neilpatel.com, and this is what they do. Of course that's not going to happen. It's going to be where they just end up sending you to a place or they end up giving you the answer. And who do you think they're going to send people to? In most cases, the paid results, right? And what's going to end up happening? No one knows yet. But we all know that the trend is moving towards voice. And as it moves to voice and more people keep using their phones, you're going to start seeing less results. And you're going to start seeing SEO die first by less people clicking on page 2 and then on the bottom results of page 1. And then eventually, even if you're number 3, you're not going to get as many impressions or clicks as the first listing.
Yeah. So in terms of where you should focus next, here's the thing, right? It's a loaded question because a lot of you listening, you all come from different niches. You're working on maybe a different product or service. You got to focus on where the attention of your audience is, right? So there's no blanket answer for this. So for example, right? I mean, if I look at, let's look at people in the entrepreneurship space, right? Let's look at like a Gary V, motivational, right? He's focused on YouTube. He's looking at Instagram as well, right? Because that's where the attention is of the people that he's trying to motivate. It could be, people in, their teens, in their early 20s, right? Focus on, this is basically marketing one-on-one. Where is your audience hanging out? And, how can you market to these people? How can you get their attention, right? So thankfully, right now you have Google, right? And Google has actually just overtaken Facebook again as the number one referrer of traffic. But then you have Facebook too. You have a lot of different targeting options that are out there. In the old days, maybe you could go to, certain niche forums, things like that, right? But just think about it. For us as a marketing agency, sometimes, we forget about these other channels such as Twitter, right? Twitter's got a couple 100 million users. Yes, it's not growing that much, but sometimes the right people are hanging out there, certain venture capitalists or, certain kind of affluent people. So think about where your people are hanging out first and then focus in on that. And then from there, what Neil and I talk about is building some kind of micro brand, diversifying through content marketing and building your audience, right? Don't just put all your eggs in one basket. Start to think about one thing first and then branch off from that.
Yeah. And you know what? You're going to have to end up experimenting. By experimenting, you'll learn what's working for you, what's not working for you. You should be ideally running 1 or 2 new experiments each week. Don't wait for SEO to die. It's not if it's going to die. The question is just when is it going to die? So keep trying to do new things. SEO is becoming harder and harder, and you've already seen this trend in which 6 years ago you can end up ranking within a few months, and then it ended up becoming, you'll see good results within 6 months. Now you really start seeing good results really within 1 to 2 years. It's becoming harder and harder. It's becoming harder to get to the top. It's becoming harder to stay there. And you can't just rely on it. Why not leverage paid advertising? Why not leverage social media marketing? Why not leverage LinkedIn and Twitter? Or why not leverage business development? I don't know what the right channel is for you. Eric got it right when he was saying each and every single one of your businesses is different. But the one thing that is consistent is you're going to have to start experimenting. You should be ideally running 1+ experiment a week. The way I run things is with growth teams. And we have meetings every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Every Monday, people are put up into groups, usually groups of 3 from different departments, and everyone talks about different ways we can grow and different tests. Each group picks one thing, and that thing has to be small enough where they can implement it within a few days. By Wednesday, it has to be implemented. We have a quick meeting. Everyone just discusses what was implemented. By Friday, we go over the results, if they were good, bad, and what we learned. By having those meetings and having those teams structured in 3 people, they're moving fast, they're agile, so there's no real overhead. And we're seeing results really quickly on what's really moving the needle. And once we start seeing things, hey, this has a lot of potential, we start diverting a ton more resources into it. And that's how we're staying on top of our game and not relying on any one channel, right? Yes, SEO is dying, but it's not just SEO. We don't want to rely on paid advertising, SEO, content marketing. We want to do whatever works for our business. So that way, when one channel tanks, we're still up and running and our business isn't going out.
Yeah, you know what's interesting? I mean, a lot of when people come to say, hey, Eric, we want to work with your agency, it's like, they want to just do one thing, right? And they tend to silo everything. It's like, we got this one agency doing this, da-da-da, right? But when you operate things, this is why I like in-house teams, right? Because everyone gets kind of on the same page, they're focused on the same thing, right? So when you don't operate in silos, when you think about, okay, if you have a good content foundation, SEO is going to help. SEO and kind of content, they go hand in hand, right? But if people visit your piece of content, you have retargeting pixels on there, you're going to be able to retarget those people based on the content that they visited or the lead magnet that they downloaded, right? Or let's say they come in on your email list too, then you take them through a flow and you give them a similar experience where, they're being taken through, they're learning your story, and then basically, you have marketing automation that kicks in, right? And you're tagging people a certain way, right? So think about everything just kind of plays in together. Paid advertising, SEO, content, right? Email marketing, all this other stuff, it all plays in together. So don't just think about SEO as, SEO's by itself. We're just going to bet everything on SEO, right? Because I'm telling you, both Neil and I know people that bet everything on SEO only to see everything torched. You can't just rely on one thing at the end of the day.
So that's pretty much it for us. We, of course, have our usual giveaway. It's special. You want to learn more about it? Go to singlegrain.com/giveaway.
All right. That's it for today. We'll see you tomorrow.
This session of Marketing School has come to a close. Be sure to subscribe for more daily marketing strategies and tactics to help you find the success you've always dreamed of. And don't forget to rate and review so we can continue to bring you the best daily content possible. We'll see you in class tomorrow, right here on Marketing School.